Right?
Yeah.
Got Rob, Zac, Pistols, Goldie. The Rob, I just think with put those on and just see how we look.
Good looking as usual, Benny.
Yeah.
Right.
Move around a bit more, everyone. Set up. Good, all covered.
Loud.
It's all plugged in.
Yep. Yours loud enough, mate? A little too loud.
So.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. And welcome back. Lofty 88.9 FM. You're in the Huddle. Pistols, Goldie, Rob. And as we like to do at this time of the Huddle, get a special guest in from the Hills Football League. And tonight we've got a talented sportsman in all facets of basketball, football, probably a few other sports on the well. We'll find out shortly. Of course, we're talking about Zac Georg Dent from the Onkaparinga Valley Football Club. Zac, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, fantastic. Hey, basketball and football, you play any other sports as well growing up?
I used to play a bit of cricket, but yeah, it kind of stopped when I got to the senior level. But yeah.
And at the moment, you're managing to do two, or both of them, at elite level, because you represented the Eastern Zone at the Country Football Championships, which you won, and you've just, which we'll get into, guess now, represented Australia as well in basketball. So, fantastic.
Yeah,
well done.
Thank you very much for that. It's been a very big month, I guess, big couple of months really. So yeah, it's just good time.
Pretty busy.
Play sport.
Now the Virtus,
Yes.
right? Virtus Global Games. Just explain to our listeners and viewers what.
Virtus Global Games is a competition for athletes with an intellectual disability. It's probably the other than the Paralympics, probably one of the top tier or top level you can get as an intellectual disability athlete. So multiple sports over the games, and I was lucky enough to be a part of that.
So, countries worldwide?
Yep, all countries. If they can, I guess some countries it's hard to get a team in just due to cost and amount of athletes they can get. But it can go across the world.
Yeah, obviously also, and don't sell yourself, you're actually captain of the side, so you're captain of the World Championship side, we can say that.
Yep.
And also was judge player at the Carnival.
So best player in the world.
So you're the best
player in the world.
All-Star 5.
So we only have the best here in the Huddle, as you know. So congratulations on that. But also, you've represented South Australia for a number of years now already, and been captain of that. So
so that we do a national carnival every year for basketball, and we've been lucky enough to go 5 straight. And going on to our 6th next year, hopefully, which will be nice. And I've been the captain of that team as well. We've been beating Victoria every time in it, which is always a good feeling. And we were the ones to knock them off their reign of a very long stint for their winning. So good feelings, yeah.
I'm sure you got some basketball questions for Zac.
Yeah,
Rob's being the expert in the basketball field here.
Well, yeah.
Rob's an old dribbler from way back, Zac.
In the 70s, so you weren't even around.
No.
So, I mean, what sort of people, and I'm not sounding snobby when I say it, but what diverse sort of range of people play or compete? So by that I mean ages, sorts of disabilities, obviously intellectual, but are they working? Are they?
So like the age is, I guess, an open age. I think you've got to be at least 16 to play. And like the disabilities like range from like autism, maybe like ADHD. I play with some guys that got cerebral palsy.
Okay.
And they're very talented guys. If you treat them like someone different, you think you're going to beat them pretty easy. You're very mistaken. They a lot of them can play. So there's wheelchair basketball, which is completely different. There's a whole range of that. So But yeah.
Okay, and then I mean, obviously being Australia, how many were from South Australia? How many from?
So we had
what different states, and how many on the team?
we took 12 players away.
Yep.
We had
Including your brother?
including my brother. Yes, he was there. We had two coaches.
Yep.
And then 2 development coaches came with us. And we had a physio and a sort of a media guru, we'd say. We had 3 players from South Australia, including myself and my brother. So we had another South Australian come with us. We had one of the development coaches was South Australian.
Yep.
Our head coach for South Australia.
Yep.
We had there was a lot of Victorians, but I'd say about 5 or 6 Victorians.
Yeah.
A Tasmanian, couple New South Wales.
Yep.
Fellas, and maybe a couple ACT as well.
Yeah. Okay. So and then like do you have your scouts and all that scout the
so we have
teams and
the
like that,
development coaches sat pretty much at every game.
Okay.
Watching them, what they did some scouting reports, as you said,
yeah.
Taking notes, and even our media guru, she sat there, videoed their games as well, so you can chop up a bit of film and watch them over our break as well. So
yeah, and the setup of the comp, it was like in pools, or was it and you win your pool or first or second, and then you do crossovers and all that sort of stuff?
So there was 2 pools, and then we versed obviously our pool games first, and then we did it crossover first the third in the other pool, and then vice versa, and then go through the finals like that, and make it to the end game.
Yeah, and how many? Sorry, Pistols. How many teams in total?
There was 6 in the basketball.
Okay.
So the aspect of
In France.
In France,
yeah.
Paris.
So the aspect of autism, just take me through that. It's only a slight thing for you, because obviously you've proven yourself. You can play against able-bodied. What you've done with football and everything. So the effects of that on you. But just take us through that.
Yeah, I think my story is pretty interesting. Like my brother is obviously different in his own right, and has gone through a lot himself. I think for me, I think sport's been very, very good to me, obviously. I've been quite lucky in that aspect, that I've just been able to blend in a sense, and just go about my business. Whereas my brother, on the other hand, he was good at sport himself, but he was just a bit, there was other things that he struggled with as well, like social life at school, and then other kids, not just being kids really, not really knowing obviously the full aspect of it, and he got picked on a fair bit, and I was just a bit of a quieter kid myself, so I sort of sat back a little bit, and just
kept it within yourself.
Kept it within myself, and then as I got older, going through high school was a bit harder for me. Not really knowing, because I did struggle with schoolwork and stuff. I just didn't know what was going on, and once I found out that this is what it is, it was a lot easier to cope and find strategies. I've over the years found a lot of strategies that helped me through life, and that's where I am today. And sport's definitely one of those things.
That's credit to you and what you can achieve.
Yeah, definitely. So
And what is quite often the case though is like some people, like maybe supposed weakness or whatever, but it's like there's strengths in that. So what are you? Everyone's got their strengths.
Yeah.
So what are your strengths?
Obviously, sport's probably one of them.
Because for me, I struggle reading and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's probably not my strong suit either. But
you know what I mean. I've got strengths. But yeah, where are your strengths?
I guess I don't know. It's a good one. Maybe.
Does your personality change when you get onto a sporting field?
Yeah.
So you're quiet. You said you're quiet off it.
Yeah.
But 100%. As soon as you get on a basketball court or on the footy field, it just changes. Your personality changes.
100%. I'm a pretty before
competitive.
If you don't know me, I'm a very quiet guy. I'm very outgoing if you get to know me and stuff. But sport, I guess, like footy and basketball, obviously. Once I cross that white line, that's just sport really, and I'm pretty chirpy.
You like to win.
Yeah, I like to win. Very competitive, and after that, just go back to my normal life, just under the radar and sit back, and it's interesting.
Because sport's been a big part of your life, obviously, bro. But your dad, wasn't he involved umpiring?
Yeah, Dad was a boundary umpire for a bit. always remember a story where he was out at Mount Lofty and it was a very muddy day out there, and
Lofty.
he was running the boundary one day, and I think I was playing 16s maybe, and I just finished the game. Dad boundary umpired that game, and he did the next game, and a trainer's come running in saying that he's broke his arm because he's fallen over backwards and on the mud and Lofty. So that's always a good story to tell. But yeah, he loves it. I think he's stopped this year.
Yeah.
But he's
him and James O'Leary probably would have had the biggest tally up of boundary.
He enjoyed it, kept his fitness up. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what's it? I mean, we got the front page of the Courier, of course, today with you and Keenan there. Beautiful stuff representing Australia. What is it honestly like, you know, playing with your brother in basketball and obviously getting that success, but just purely just being out there playing with him at such a level?
It's the dream come true, really. You just dream about playing sport with your brother or sister or whatever you got. And yeah, it's just something that I'll hold forever. And I take a few moments during the game just watch him do his work, and just memories I just won't forget.
And you're the older brother?
I am, yes.
Okay. And how much younger? Sorry.
He's 2 years younger than me.
Okay. Yeah.
Your position on the court and his position?
So I'm a point guard. So and he's a centre, maybe power forward. He thinks he's the biggest bloke out there, but
sensational.
He's a big boy though.
It's in Vichy, France.
Yep.
So did you get an opportunity to actually go and have a look at other competition, other sports, or was the basketball just sort of on its own?
We just watched the basketball really. We watched the women's basketball.
So I mean, it's not like the Olympic Village. You get a chance at the cafeteria or something to mingle with other.
Nah, there was a bit. Well, the whole of Australian team stayed in a hotel with themselves, so we sort of mingled with other athletes, but we didn't get an opportunity to watch any of their sports. But yeah, we definitely were able to mingle with them.
Is this the first time Australia's won this title?
Yes, this is the first time.
Because you're runners up in Brisbane, I think
Yep,
was the
yep.
2019. They actually hosted it here. So
Up in Brisbane, so that was a tough one, but yeah, able to get the revenge.
If you've just tuned in, we're having a chat to Zac Georg Dent here, elite basketballer and footballer as well.
And just on Paris, while you were there, did you go to see Mont Blanc and Versailles and all those places?
Nah, unfortunately, we were in like the main bit. We were a bit down.
Yeah.
We got to walk around the town. It was a beautiful town, but nothing.
Okay.
Nothing big.
Notice boys named a couple of places.
Hey, the two sports, they complement yourself because yourself and Zac Kuiper have got that big leap in defensive
left footers.
So they just complement each other, your two sports that you play?
Yeah, I guess everyone likes to go on about Scott Pendlebury and his basketball background, and like to go on about that. And I guess as everyone knows, it kind of sort of goes hand in hand, really. Running, jumping, defending.
Yeah.
When did you start playing football?
Very early, I think about 6-7 years old.
Oz kid?
Yeah, maybe. I think so, maybe.
Yeah. Who have been some big influences in terms of the football side of things for you?
The number one has got to be Chris Shee. When I was big Sheba. When I was going through the junior ranks, I just looked up to him as a big mentor of mine. And he
good basketball.
With very good basketball. Yeah, he's a very good basketballer. So, oh jeez.
No, that's all right.
Paul Tanner. That was a huge one. He coached me in that under 17s flag.
Yep.
He's been huge and coached me when he was doing the A grade level as well. He's been huge. Just like a second father, really. He's just a great bloke and knows how to deal with every individual. So
you've had a few coaches over the journey. Mark Watts, first year at the club, and last year through reasons, Dogs not so good. Took the spoon, only in one win. Here you are knocking on the door. I think you're fourth at the moment. Perhaps a chance to go high. What's Mark brought to the club?
He's brought a lot. Just a lot of calmness around the club. He's a guy that doesn't really get too high, get too low. Emotion, he loves the game. He's definitely brought that on board. Just an all-round good
Has it
guy.
been interesting, Zac, that like a lot of clubs, Onkers have had the progression of people who've been sort of involved, like some of the club's favourite sons, etc. Obviously, Joffa, Dingo, Shane Collins back in the day. So you got an outsider, it's sort of a breath of fresh.
Yeah, absolutely. He came in, I guess, not really knowing anyone, and he's just taken us going off. I guess how we go about the game, and he's just been really good.
I reckon it's almost time for some.
That time
of it. Which previously on our previously we did a show during COVID period where we had time on with Colo. So shout out to Colo there. And now we've rebooted it for 2023 as of last week, actually, because you found the questions.
Yeah, but we'll mix them in.
We're mixing them in.
Easy.
And actually, we've got to say the great man. We've got to say he likes to always the shout out. But what's he brought to the table coming back as president? I know he's got these cubicle repainted and everything, the Shane Collins cubicle. But Colo loves the club. What's he brought to the table in his second coming, so to speak?
Colo loves it. He's definitely all about the club. Doing all these little things, or major things really, and just trying to get the club to be the best that the club can be. And he's just been brilliant.
No, he's a good man.
Oh, just before Pistols gets ready here, representing the Eastern at the Zone Championships and winning, being part of the best state team at the country champs. What was that like for you?
Very good. Just being able to play with boys that you play with or verse against on a few Saturdays, and then some other leagues. It's just, it felt like when we were playing, it just felt like we've been playing for ages, really. And it's just, it was a good time. And obviously winning helped.
A big G for rep football, obviously.
What was that, sorry?
You're a big G for rep football to get the opportunity.
You like rep footy?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, good fun. So.
Rep everything.
Yeah. You're a bit of a lucky charm, mate.
At the moment,
What's how lucky he is?
All right, dim the lights. Here we go.
You're just about to find out stuff you didn't know about yourself.
Here we go.
What's the most interesting place you've visited?
Most interesting place I've visited. Interesting place I've visited. That's a very good question. I'm not sure. Fishing. That was interesting.
Sure. All right. Now, to say, which Onka's teammate, so we're talking about teammate, wouldn't you not wish to room with if you went on overseas tour with him? So who wouldn't you want to be in the same room as?
Noah Bell.
Noah Bell.
Noah Bell.
Reason?
There you go.
Oh, he just does not shut up.
Right up. Now, Zach, have you adjusted yet to liking Connor Mildy after being a direct opponent during his time at Mount Lofty?
I love him. He's a great bloke. He's brilliant.
He's all right?
He's good.
Hey, you don't pair up to competitive training and just
I think we did last night, actually. No, we did last night. And
Who's kicked more goals, you or Connor?
definitely Connor. Definitely Connor.
Now, obviously akin to shooting goals for your state and the country, nation, how long since you've scored a goal for Onkaparinga Valley?
I reckon.
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. I think it
Indigenous
was.
round. Wasn't it?
No, I think it was. Oh, actually, it was a couple of weeks ago. It could have been.
Okay.
I reckon you floated forward and kicked the goal. If I remember.
But prior to that,
Not
Not
long
very-
time
not a
ago.
renowned
Yeah,
goal
maybe
kicker.
last year.
played the wrong end of
Yeah.
that. Righto. Now, do you have more confidence in shooting for 3 points or kicking for 6 points yourself? What do you feel more confident at? The hoops? or
I'd say shoot a 3. I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not confident on the set shot.
Okay. Right, scores are tied, Zach. Besides yourself, because obviously you've told us you're very good. Who do you trust to kick the goal after the siren to win the game for Onkas?
Mitch Coccioloni,
Ah, okay.
good kicker.
Righto. Which teammate should not be allowed to attend the Bulldogs karaoke nights? Who's the worst singer?
Or who's the best singer? It's up to
Or
you.
who's the best singer?
Who's got the-
who's
Who really belts it
a
out?
la the Parker Bowles boy?
Jeez, I don't know. Angus Shoot. He's not. I probably wouldn't take him to a karaoke night.
Oh, right.
Okay. Is it sometimes hard to adjust from playing in packed stadiums or basketball centres to a cold, wet Hills football venue, and you ask yourself, why am I doing this?
Sometimes, yeah, definitely. Sometimes, like, when it's cold and like raining on the footy field, I'm glad basketball's an indoor sport. So.
Yeah, particularly some of those nice nights, training nights at Balhanda, but
Yeah.
very nice at the kennel.
Yep, quite cold.
Okay. Do you follow any philosophy in life or things that have impressed you and drive you on?
Just live in the moment, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, finally, Huddle boys here, we always like, because it's very good of our guests, they always invite us around for a meal afterwards. Zach,
Yep.
what's your go-to recipe? What are you going to cook us?
I'd cook you a
Bit of a master chef?
chicken
or-
curry.
Oh, he didn't hesitate. He did not hesitate.
That's my favourite meal. So
I'll
cook
chuck
you
a
up.
couple in here.
Yeah.
3 people if you'd like to go to meet, maybe have a dinner conversation with. Could be anyone.
My number 1 pick would probably be Joe Ingles. He's my favourite NBA player, my favourite basketball player.
Yep.
Big Shaq Diesel. Shaquille O'Neal. He'd be a very funny bloke to talk to. Got to go Michael Jordan as well, I reckon.
Favourite TV show or show can be present or previous? Or favourite movie? Or,
Favourite TV show? I don't know. Love Island doesn't go too bad.
There you go.
There we go. And we can't let you go without letting the listeners know. Single or partner?
I've got a girlfriend, yes.
Yeah.
And I got a little baby girl as well.
Baby girl?
Turning 3 next
fantastic.
month.
Take us through that. Age?
Yeah.
Name?
Yeah.
I was going to say, take us through that, Pistol.
Name's Aurora.
Aurora.
She's turning 3 next month.
Ah,
Fantastic.
excellent.
She's a basketballer?
Yeah, she's
Well,
getting there.
footballer these days.
You got one of those little hoops that you put up on
We
the
do,
door?
yes.
and,
Yeah.
You do?
You do. She
how
loves
good's
it.
that?
Now, Zach, as we do with our special guests, we like to get their knowledge of Hills football, get the tips.
Oh, what's your nickname, by the way?
Oh, I don't have a nickname.
No,
My
no.
name's too hard to give a
We'll
nickname
make
to.
one
Like,
up.
so
That's all right.
some people call me like GD or something like that.
GD?
Yeah, GD.
Flying hyphen or something.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Righto, Gamaraka, undefeated, hosting Kangarilla. Who's going to win that, you'd suggest?
Gotta go Gumbaraka, I guess, if they're undefeated and flying strong by the sound of it.
At gun?
Good.
At
Yep.
Gum, Rob.
Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, gun.
Gun for
Yeah, I
me.
think Gum for me. Birdwood, take on Meadows. Benny, they replayed the 03-04 grand finals.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, sure.
Birdwood Roosters hosting Meadows, who are going on nicely.
I'll go the other Bulldogs team, Meadows.
The other Bulldogs.
And Birdwood had the week off too last week.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Rejuve, refreshed.
Yeah, I'd say upset. No, Meadows.
Meadows for me.
All right. Now, a side that you've probably got an affiliation with because it seems that where old dogs seem to go to retire or whatever. Kersbrook hosting Torrens Valley. Very big game, this. Kersbrook coming off the bye, and of course, Torrens Valley, the Express has just got a little bit off the rails the last few weeks. But out at Kersbrook, how do you see this?
I'll go Kersbrook.
Yeah, Lockie Peter
Yeah.
and
Few lads out
Big
there.
Guards.
Brucey Kane was
Guards.
there?
Yeah.
Torrens Valley still third. Are they still third?
Torrens
Yes,
Valley
they
are
Hanging
third,
on,
Rob.
Hanging on.
And
Yeah,
Kersbrook-
Torrens Valley. Put faith in them. Yeah, Torrens Valley. Out at Kersbrook.
Yeah,
Big
I
over.
think I'll go Torrens Valley.
Yeah.
Bounce back.
I think I might go Kersbrook.
All right.
I just
We'll
think they're
split it.
starting
Yeah,
to
they are, they
work
are.
their way home. Now, Division 1, Lobe, one of your favourite teams.
Yep.
Lobe hosting Mount Barker. So, what have we got? The Tigers, well, both sides need to win this, both sitting on 4 wins. So, out at Valley of Praise.
Yeah, I reckon I'll go Mount Barker on this one. I reckon when we versed Lobby a few weeks ago, they just didn't really look like they were there. And then Mount Barker, we versed them a bit ago as well, and they're just a bit more hungrier when we versed them. So I'm going to go Mount Barker.
Yeah, I agree. Mount Barker.
Good breakdown. I'll go Mount Barker.
3 zip.
Yeah, I think Mount Barker.
4
Lakers
zip.
will have- yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tigers. will-
Hopefully for Daniel.
Yep. All right, Blackwood hosting Urada Districts. Both these teams have a bit of a rivalry, and Blackwood really sitting 2 games behind Urada in 5th spots. So they need to win this to edge close over at Blackwood. How do you see it? Woods have won the last 2
At Blackwood.
at Blackwood.
Sorry, Blackwood
Blackwood
Urala.
Urada, yeah.
Be good if Blackwood beat them. It'll help us a bit. But I reckon Urala will just be too good.
Well,
You're Adler.
It's an interesting game.
Hope for Kieran's spot that Blackwood do, but
I think you're Adler, but it'll be close.
Urada, a few injuries.
bit slow too, you're Adler, from all
Uh,
accounts.
Blackwood 1 to 10.
There you go.
Oh, there we
Okay,
go.
Chunga hosting Nan Bremer. Chunga coming off a win, and also Nan Bremer's now up to 2nd. So
Yeah, I reckon Nair will be a bit too strong for this
It was
one. I reckon.
177 points last time. This time it'll just be, because it's going to rain Saturday, you know
Yep.
that? You know that, mate? I reckon it's going to be 110 points.
Righto, thanks
Nan.
for that. Yeah.
And
Nan,
I wasted 3 hours of my life last Saturday.
Said that.
So,
Yeah,
and righto, and call the wild game this week. You can watch live stream. Mount Lofty hosting Harndorf up there at Goat Park. The well,
From
you
up
saw
on
the
the
Devils
porch.
first hand. That certainly want to straighten up their goal kicking.
Yeah, definitely.
Zach?
If they get their goal kicking all right, I think they'll still lose to Hahndorf.
Were they points under pressure, mate? I was saying the Pistols before. were
No, they had a fair few set shots. Definitely gettable set shots, but a few were under pressure. But
they? Yeah.
definitely
Okay.
had
Bad
gettable ones.
kicking.
Yeah.
Upset. This is an upset.
Well, Ben Salt and potentially
Yeah.
Xavier Parker Paws might be over in Perth
Yes.
with a chance.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes. This is the upset of the year.
Wow.
I reckon. Goat Park, rain,
Balcony.
all factors into account. Lofty by 7 points.
Okay, thanks, Rob. We'll play that next
There we
week
go.
if that comes off.
Hey, that'll help you guys.
I'll go Harndorf.
I'd like to.
Don't think that, no.
I'd like to have your faith, Rob, but I think
No.
they got to kick more than 4 goal 20.
They might kick 20
Harndorf-
goal for them.
Handoff.
They might kick 20 goal for
I hope
them.
they do. If they
Down
do,
the
they'll
hill.
win. But if they don't,
Yeah,
and you don't have to tell us you're going to win, but just tell us how you're going to win. And obviously, I can see in your face just the expectation of going out to Thunder Park for the first time.
you're
Or
out there.
Ironback Bridgewater taking on the Dogs.
Yeah, it'll be a good game. It'll be good to get back out there again. I reckon I'll.
He's generally happy about it.
Rob,
You're genuinely happy.
Oh, it's been a
I
while.
would be too, because you're going to win by 100 points.
It's a small oval to run around on, so hopefully I won't get as tired. But hopefully I can get a few snags on the weekend this time.
I saw them last week, mate. They were woeful.
All right, okay.
Okay, that's enough.
Actually, you might be right this week because if you drift forward, you can kick goals
That's
from
it.
centre at Thunder
Yeah,
Park.
exactly.
So there you go, just boost the goal kick. So there we go. I
Sensational.
think we'll all go for Onkaparinga. All right, Zac, thank you very much for
No,
coming
thank
in, not only for the football, but as we said,
Basketball.
fantastic performance, world champion, winning captain, but also
Best
the
player,
player
in
of
the
the
world.
carnival. So best player in the
In the
world.
world.
We only have
Can we have a
champions on-
selfie, Benny?
Yeah, we'll get a photo.
All right, thank you very much,
No,
Zac,
thank you
for
very much,
coming in.
guys.
And
Thanks for having
as I
me.
said, go call the Wild on Saturday, coming to you from Arkabar Oval. Would be
Oh, just out of interest, where you like music? Any type of music?
Just whatever gets played. Really, I'm not really much of a music head, but yeah, just like to
So you don't listen to anything before the game? What fires you up?
Some boys put some music on and just listen
You
to
just
that.
do your
and
thing.
Yeah, just do my thing. So, yeah.
Coming up after us, of course, is Brendan. Looking forward, looking back. Brendan, just quickly, what's coming
What
up?
do we got on, Brent?
Yeah, look, we're going to have a good night tonight. I'm going to follow up with what we started with last week, and I didn't get finished with the Canning stock route. I got the history underway, but I only got about halfway down the stock route, and I thought, I won't cut this short. I'll just do it this week.
Yep.
So I'm going to put more of the stock route together. I'm actually going to give you a journey down the stock route, and that will be from well 51 right down to well 1, and that's an 1,800 kilometre journey, and we'll discuss the journey, and I'll give you the menu.
Thank you.
Don't
And
go
a little
anywhere.
surprise, I've got a surprise guest from overseas.
In the studio?
No, on the
See?
phone.
It's,
On
a
the
long,
phone.
it's a long walk down the track by the sound.
Yeah.
Well, it's not walking, it's driving.
All
It's
right.
a glamour trip.
All right, so thanks for joining us. Big night tonight. Don't forget the
Oh,
test
cricket.
match starts.
Karma Bus is
Tomorrow
already
night
there.
we've got the women's
Women's
Matildas on
soccer.
action.
Yeah, got the Matildas.
Call the Wild on Saturday. So thanks for joining us on
Thanks,
Huddle.
Zac.
No, thank you very much,
Thanks
guys.
for
Thanks for
being
having
here,
me.
Jack, and we'll catch you next week. Bye for now. Keep chasing your goals.
Go.
Good on you, Zachy.
So my hands are so sweaty. So sorry about that.
Well done,
Thank you very much for
Well
that.
done.
Appreciate it.
That's good.
Good work.
We have a bit of a chuckle.
No, that's all right.
We have
No,
a
that
bit
was
of a
good.
chuckle.